All right. So, let me see. I got a tweet here. Hey, Rob, looks like the clowns are at it again, getting their info from other sources that only make speculation and list them as a reliable source. Oh, Godzilla vs. Kong may... What? Godzilla vs. Kong may be getting delayed again.
You're watching E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. Will Godzilla vs. Kong be delayed again? Well, here's the thing. You guys know that earlier this year, I was pretty adamant that the movie was going to be delayed, to the point that a lot of people were pretty adamant about disagreeing with me and saying how wrong I was, only for me to be right about a week later. And look, I don't mean to sound like I'm gloating or anything. It's really not my intention. What my intention is to point out, all you got to do is pay attention to what's going on around the world. Obviously, COVID-19 has impacted all businesses. I mean, we just lost most of college football. There's some conferences that have announced that they're going to be continuing their season. But I mean, obviously, entertainment in many degrees, not just movies, but also sports, has been impacted. However, if you pay attention to what's going on around the world, you can kind of deduce what's going to happen. And that's why it was fairly easy. I hate to say it this way. It was fairly easy for me to predict at the time that Godzilla vs. Kong might be delayed. However, now the idea of the movie getting delayed again when we are nearly a year out. I mean, what are we? May of next year? So, all right, so May, June, July. So we're 8 months away. No, excuse me, 10. Here's why I don't think it's going to get delayed again. I mentioned this on last night's stream. We went through a list of all the movies that have just gotten delayed. And I told everybody in chat, once the election is over, everything's going to go back to normal. I know people hate politics. I know people hate talking about politics. Unfortunately, this is where we are. Politics is in everything. You watch a basketball game, you see BLM and all these political statements. It's all over the place now, guys. I'm sorry to say, that's just how it is. I didn't ask for this. I don't want this. You don't want this. But if you just follow the politics, if you want to know what's going to happen with your entertainment. Sadly, that's this fact. Right now, and I'm going to make this very short and make this point very quick because it does kind of give you an idea of where we're going to go with these delays. Right now, lockdowns are being used as a political tool. There's no need to lock down anymore, okay? COVID is not going anywhere. The whole purpose of locking down was to prevent the health system, mainly the hospitals, from being overburdened with patients. We already took care of that. We had flattened that curve. Once that curve was flattened, everything was supposed to reopen and we would mitigate as we could going forward. But that hasn't happened. There have been a number of states that have decided to keep locking down and even regress further back, citing the coronavirus as an excuse. However, there have been statistics out now. You can go to the CDC to see most of this, supporting that while the numbers have increased in certain states that are opening up, the deaths of people have not. And that's because the coronavirus primarily attacks people who are much older or people who have underlying health issues. Basically, you mitigate this by making sure that someone who's 25, 30, 35, 40, when they go to work, that they're coming home and they're not coming home to grandma or grandpa and getting them sick. The case is always, so this is why I'm saying after the election, everything will go back to normal. Because if Biden wins, then the Democrats have no reason to continue the lockdown. Okay? They would have won. They would have hit their purpose. They would have reached their goal. And then it makes Biden look like a hero when he comes out for the presidency and the lockdown's over. Now, of course, if he wins, they'll probably delay that till January when he gets inaugurated. If Trump wins, it's the same thing, only the opposite reason. If Trump wins, couple of weeks later, the lockdown will end. Why? Because, well, at that point, the Democrats have no reason to continue the lockdown because that strategy failed. So I would say probably by December, mid-December of this year, the lockdowns will be over. Everything will return to normal, and then people will decide whether or not they want to, slowly but surely return to the theaters, things of that nature. Godzilla vs. Kong does not come out till May 21st. That is 5 months into next year. I highly doubt we'll be locked down at that time. And I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, there's probably more movies shuffling around. I think another thing we need to take into account, and this is something else we spoke about on last night's stream, is Mulan, how Mulan does on VOD. It's coming out, I think September, was it August 20th or September something? Don't remember. It's coming out soon on VOD on Disney Plus for $30. And it's possible that Warner Brothers might be sitting back to see how that does before they make a decision. Whether or not that decision is to put a movie like Godzilla vs. Kong on VOD, again, I think Godzilla vs. Kong is too far out next year, 5 months into the year, to consider putting it on VOD now. It might be something where they do a partial release in theaters for a movie like Wonder Woman and then do a VOD for like another $30. Maybe they do that with Dune because they still want Wonder Woman. But Wonder Woman's supposed to be coming out in October. I think any movie coming out mid to late November and going on is going to be fine. That is my guess on this. I just don't see the lockdown continuing all the way till May of next year. Now, our wonderful, wonderful news outlet, GodzillaMovies.com. I didn't read this article. I just read the title and I thought to myself, wow, this is a site this site and a couple of other content creators were, when I made that video about the delay, it was almost like within 24 hours, there were indirect response videos. I mentioned this before. GodzillaMovies.com was one of the sites who said it is not going to be delayed. Now they're saying it's going to be delayed, and it's like, what? So I want to know what their sources from. We're going to take a look at this. So the upcoming fourth installment in the MonsterVerse Godzilla vs. Kong may be getting delayed again. Yesterday, E.T.N CFO John Stevens commented on the company's upcoming film slate during an investor conference. He stated, "I'm not certain where those are going to go," suggesting possible further delays in some of the titles. The reason why there may be new theatrical delays for Warner Brothers is because of Warner Media's recent company reorganization initiative, which has included massive layoffs over the past several days. While these possible new delays may only affect other Warner Brothers films like Wonder Woman and Dune, there is a chance Godzilla vs. Kong could also have its release date shifted. And then, do you think Godzilla vs. Kong will be impacted by these rumored new delays? Let us know in the comments. Thumbnail, artwork. Okay. So, this is not even an article. This is like 3 paragraphs. So, again, it's not anything that has any, what they're citing from this John Stevens, the 2 movies that were mentioned were Wonder Woman and Dune. Godzilla was never mentioned in that. Again, you could call it a news update, I guess, but it doesn't have anything to do with Godzilla vs. Kong. I don't know. This was tweeted to me, and I looked at it, and it's like, wow, these guys are so sure about trailers, which they were wrong. Again, did they walk that back? Of course not. Now it's just a clickbait title because nobody wants to hear about a delay. People will get pissed about hearing about it. Of course, a lot of people fell for this. This is clickbait. The movie is not going to get delayed. I just don't see it. Would be, they just delayed it, and for them to come around and delay it again, especially when the movie is May of next year, believe me, if there's a lockdown by May next year, we're all done for. You're not going to have to worry about Godzilla vs. Kong because you'll be too busy going out there trying to find food and find a job or find a way to make money if we're locked down by May of next year. So I'm telling you, by the latest December to mid-December, this lockdown will be over. There will be no lockdown before the end of this year. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that's not going to happen. And because of that, once everything's open again, there's no reason to delay movies. All these movies that recently got delayed already have slots for next year. They're already implemented. There's no reason to move them other than the fact that there might be a lockdown continuing into next year, which I don't see that happening. Right now, the lockdown that some people are experiencing is politically driven. There is no reason to lock down right now. So yeah, it's just another clickbait title by this shitty ass website trying to incite, they know that something like this is going to get people riled up. People will click it and people will read it. And as you can see, it was a very effortless article. This is not even a full article. This is like several paragraphs. When you take away the narrow block where they're writing it and you put it on a regular Word document. Let me see. I can do that right now. Let me see if I can get the text, only the text. So, and I'm not going to include where they start talking about thumbnails. I can just pull this up on Word and let's see how many words this is. And this is an effortless article. It's an effortless article. I could probably write this with my toes. It's just a quick toss in. Look at this. 141 words. 141 word article. And that's including so actually less than that. Let me take this part. I'll show you right now. I'm taking this part out right here because this is just a link to the picture that was used. So you take that out, 138 word article. Not even 131 word article. Pathetic. 131 word article. It wasn't even original. And they're citing something that never mentioned Godzilla vs. Kong at all. They're just throwing that in there because it's Warner Brothers. So, this is the kind of site, this site is so fucking bullshit. This site is so garbage. So, guys, don't listen to this website. I know there's a lot of people who go there, they read this, they get all worked up. Stop doing it. Stop doing it to yourself. They simply did this article so they could get your attention, which it seemed to work. There is no delay. We just got a delay. All right. The idea of another delay coming, not saying it's impossible, but the chances are very slim. This movie's already been delayed several times. And like I said, we would still have to be on lockdown by like March of next year for them to consider delaying it again. So the worst you might see happen is that it comes on VOD, depending on where we're at this time next year. But overall, based on what I'm seeing going on around the world, there's not going to be a lockdown after this election this year. I guarantee you that. So, don't give these guys don't give them any clout. You know what I mean? 138 words, 138 word article. Pathetic. It's pathetic. I can't believe that. And it does look decently longer when you look at it here because it's compressed. But in a regular Word document, look how short this is. This was a 5-minute job because they know if they put possible delay in the title, they're going to get all the people to click their article, and then they'll write a little bullshit. They'll reference something that didn't even mention the movie, and then they'll put speculation. And instead of putting in a title that you're speculating a possibility, you're writing it as if, oh, this is a distinct possibility. It really isn't right now. It really isn't. So this website is garbage. So yeah, but anyway, that's it. I don't think we have to worry about a delay right now. I don't think it's going to get delayed at all. Again, it's too far into next year. Something crazy would have to happen for them to delay it again. And even if so, if they face a situation where they were going to delay it again, I think they would just release it on VOD. That's what I think. I don't think they would delay the movie again another 6 months. I think they would say, all right, we're going to do a partial release a little bit later in the year, and we're going to release it on VOD and let the chips fall where they may. So stop going to GodzillaMovies.com. They're just, it's so blatantly obvious that they're just doing this for clicks. It's pathetic. So anyway, guys, that's it for this video. I'll see you guys tonight on the stream, 8 p.m. We are going to be watching Godzilla Raids again, watch party. Of course, as you guys know, we all just kind of sync up and watch the movie together. Not looking forward to the movie. It's not one of my favorites. So I'll be looking to banter in chat. So, to make the time go by a little bit quicker. There are some scenes in the movie I like, but for the most part, it's not one of my favorites. So, but it's second to last in the show run, and then we start Heisei in a couple of weeks. So, all right, guys, hopefully I see you there tonight, 8 p.m. on E.T.N. And, excuse me. And if I don't, come by tomorrow. We'll be streaming again tomorrow night as well. So, all right, guys, that's it. Take it easy. and I'll see you then.